we wanted to address buy-in and bringing administrators on board. So that's what we're going to do before we really get into these learning targets and essential questions. So we would like to invite you to listen to Dr. Brenda Triplet, who is an assistant principal in a school, who is going to tell you the story of a single child. As you listen to the story, she will tell about what got buy-in in her building. And we would like to invite you to think about what could get you buy-in in your building with other colleagues, with administrators, within the community. What would be that catalyst that will lead to change?
Definitely an advocate for the collaborative model, but getting buy-in is really, really important. And our school kind of got the buy-in coincidentally. There was a student, Wendy, and Wendy was in the 5th grade. And as the assistant principal in the building, I'm usually responsible for the discipline. And I got a phone call from a teacher who said, Wendy is being defiant. She's refusing to leave to go with the speech teacher. And Wendy, I know Wendy, she is an ESL student, very shy. I couldn't believe that they were talking about Wendy refusing anything. And I said, okay, I'm gonna come down. And by the time I hung up the phone, Wendy was actually at my office door, and her eyes were red and swollen. She had been crying. And she said, no more. I don't want to leave my classroom anymore. I don't want to go to speech. I just want to be a normal kid. My heart stopped, and it made me immediately reflect on what is it that this child is talking about. She doesn't want to leave her classroom anymore. Well, turns out Wendy, yes, is an ESL student, an intermediate. She required 360 minutes every week of pull-out. She also qualified for Academic Intervention Services, AIS, math, and reading. And lo and behold, she also fell under the special education umbrella. She also received resource room and speech. Wendy was being pulled out of her classroom, tossed and turned. She spent more time out of the room than in the room. And what was the message that was being sent to Wendy? What was her self-efficacy? What was it saying to Wendy and to the other students about Wendy's potential as a student to succeed? That gave us reason to pause as administrators in the building, and it provided the impetus and the motivation for us to try to relay this story to our teachers, because that was going to get teachers to buy in. Not any theories. We all knew Wendy, and there was no one, after hearing the story, in that room who could legitimately say that what we were doing was correct.
Now you see why Dr. Triplet had to come here and share her story, at least through this digital recording with you. So the power of a single story, the voice of a child. Dr. Triplet actually called Wendy the Rosa Parks of ESL, who said no more.